A very good day to you. Welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jadiel Kabiro. It's always a pleasure to see you joining us for our political conversations that I usually say I hope will be able to guide this country even as we're progressing towards this year's general elections. My name is Jadiel Kabiro. I'm joined by Herman Manyora, political analyst. Sir, how are you doing today?
I'm fine.
You're fine?
Yes.
You know, you're trending, by the way. The revelations of Manyora is in Azimio, Ndani. There's a video of you with Hassan Joho, 001, like trending.
People are calling me to
yeah?
I just bumped into Joe at the Serena. I had gone for a cup of tea.
People are calling me, asking me.
I didn't even know those interviews were going on. Even at the time I was talking to Joe, I didn't know what he had come to do.
Oh.
But I was surprised to see so many people from what do you call it?
ODM.
Azimio. Then I said, what? They are meeting here?
So you're not conducting the interview. You're not with them.
Who am I? I'm not part of the team. I'm not part of Azimio. I'm not part of Raila or Ruto.
But someone called me and he was telling me that you should be part of the team. Would you take, if they called you and said, come and help us in Azimio?
Not in a small position, because I don't want to be part of the mess. If they call me to head the campaign, I would. To be head of campaign. Yes. And I'll make a difference. Let's
talk about the mess that you're speaking about. Alfred Mutua has joined Kenya Kwanza. Some people are saying that this isn't good for Raila. And even I think I saw an article that says the fall of Azimio, One Kenya coalition party. Is this the beginning of the end?
No. You know, this is a transfer season. To borrow from football. So people move up and down, left and right. You know, this is normal.
It's normal for you?
Yeah. And we ain't seen nothing yet, as Americans will say.
What impact?
We could even see bigger names leaving Azimio, or bigger names leaving UDA. I mean, it's part of the game. It has happened before many times.
What are we seeing in our political scene right now when you see PA leader, Governor Kingi, you see Alfred Mutua also going towards Kenya Kwanza? What does the game look like for you?
You know, people are looking for excuses to leave. Some of them are even childish. But again, you know, these things come with some rewards, even monetary rewards. This is politics. So you wouldn't know, but the question you must ask yourself, when somebody like Mutua leaves, does it hurt Azimio like you are saying?
Does it?
Certainly no. He's a man of no consequence.
A governor, Machakos governor, no consequence?
Which governor? No, that's a low game. This is a big game. Yeah, of course. If he stood, how many votes could he get? Even 50,000, even 20,000?
But you must...
He could get 200,000 as governor, but try running for office. Up there, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, 6,000 votes. They should ask kina Muite, kina Mada Karua, kina PK. This is a big game.
Things do change.
Oh, man. When you begin mentioning you want to be president, that's why I'm approaching it cautiously.
But when you look at the impact, we are seeing the perception right now is that Ruto is gaining a lot of political mileage.
That is a perception, yes.
And isn't this hurting Raila because it is changing?
It could hurt in two ways. One, some people who are not sure can say, let me go to the winning side. And some people even who are with Azimio may begin doubting. And that could cause shifts, but more seriously apathy. And this would hurt Raila. So he must deal with that.
Okay.
It's not a very good thing.
What then are you reading from Alfred Mutua's move? First of all, speaking about the parties, the smaller parties not seeing the agreements and the documentation of the coalition agreements that was put there before, I think in April, and now saying that it seems like even he himself says, akufukuzaya kwambi toka. What is happening right now?
Let me tell you, there are many things. You can read it in many ways. Some of these people are even planted.
Huh?
Yeah. In the fullness time, you see, the fullness of time. Some of these guys tearing those agreements. Someone like Mutua, another could share your argument, there are 2 pages. I mean, it's rubbish. But you see, you're a young man. As you grow up, let me give you a piece of wisdom. A mark of intelligence is not in knowing many things. A mark of intelligence is knowing what you can, what you can't, who you are, vis-a-vis other people in the environment. If you are a small player like Mutua, you must know you are small. You want to have breakfast every day with Raila. He's not in your league. He will be meeting Uhuru or Kalonzo. He can't be meeting with you. You are a small fly. You know, so to be intelligent is to know that reality.
Okay.
When Mutua was supporting Jubilee, was he having his breakfast with Ruto, with Uhuru and Ruto every morning?
No.
So he thinks Raila is his equal. That's what their problem, Mikina Kingi. Raila is not their equal. These are small people.
So you're saying in those coalition agreements, they must agree that smaller parties cannot dine with...
It's good to agree. Once you agree, you are Mutua, I'm young, I am small. I mean, compared to Raila, Uhuru and Kalonzo, once you agree and you play within Azimio with that knowledge, and the future belongs to young people. Begin working on your future. But if you say the kind of things he's saying now, this makes him look like a child.
But what do
you say I signed, we were given the last page to sign. A man who wants to be president of a country can say he was given the last page of a document as serious as the coalition agreement to sign the last page. Oh, excuse me.
But I think you were on TV with someone from Wiper, and he was saying he agrees that there needs to be something done within Azimio, One Kenya coalition.
And that's why I said,
this is a big issue.
If they asked me to work for them, it has to be at the top, head of campaign, not anything small, so that I can fix all those things. These are small things. Let me tell you, I hope someone tells Raila, and that's why Ruto is squaring on that front. Human beings, a human being is a psychological bundle. We are softer than we think we are. You see somebody like Manyora appearing tough. This is just a weak, I'm just clay. We are just clay, we are weak. We put on a facade of toughness, of knowing everything, but we are just weak. So, meeting human beings when they have issues to air out. Wakohoi vile Raila sama nini itoke kwa kifua. It works magic. So what Azimio would need to do is to create forums and listen to these people. Let them pour out what they have to say. Then they will come to senses. Once you have spoken, you say, okay, we have heard you. And you have a point. But you know we need the presidency. And if we do what you are saying, then we won't get the presidency. Okay. Somebody just listening to people. And that, from my discussion with people, especially those who have left Azimio, and those who are within Azimio but not happy, it comes out clearly that Uhuru is unreachable. Okay. The people even he used to talk to, he can no longer pick their calls. It's now coming out very clearly. Maybe it's a strategy, I don't know. But that's not how you run public affairs. You give people an opportunity to feel they are also people. Even small people like Mutua. Listen to them. Having breakfast with them and Serena one day won't kill you if you are Raila.
Just an hour meeting.
Or allowing Mutua to come to State House. You'll feel so nice. You'll tell everybody, I'm just from State House. Because he was actually saying that he was told if he wants, I think some people are saying if he wants to go see the documentation, he should go to State House. They are there, which is obviously unreachable. And you can't enter. So I'm saying Raila and Uhuru must know that human beings want to be heard. You know? Want to feel they are something. They are somebody. You know, they belong. They are part of Azimio. That they are making Raila president. And they have a stake in the presidency. But if you never listen to them, you don't pick their phones, their calls, you don't do it. You know, they try so hard to see you, they can't. And there's William Ruto there waiting for them. Come.
Pouncing on those who are
we could have a cup of tea and even a cake on top. We could do a few sausages and, you know.
When you
go home, you may not really have to bother about your dinner today. I'm just saying.
You don't have to bother. It has already been
you'll pounce on them. But again, like I've said, this is politics. Some of these people could be planted there strategically and to leave when it hurts most.
Some were saying that he was visiting Kenya Kwanza at night. We don't know whether that's...
It is possible. These are politicians.
But when you look at this trajectory...
Are sometimes very narrow-minded people.
The way Azimio seems right now, people would say that Raila is likely to lose. When you look at what is happening in terms of leaders leaving, the chaos, even the deputy choice has been made public. You know, we're seeing this running mate position being publicized, the nomination, the interviews. Is Raila likely to lose if this continues?
I want to be made to believe how Raila can lose this election, because it's not about running on the roads. It's about the numbers. I have tried, and I've told you repeatedly, I have cracked this thing, not for Raila, not for against Ruto, but just to see this excitement on the road. Can it translate to the numbers? They are not there. I go county by county, region by region, tribe by tribe. I have done all the simulations, and And if I was heading the Raila campaign, he will beat Ruto by 2-point-something million votes. If I were the one.
Not the 8,000 we saw last time.
They will beat him by about 500,000-700,000. I would do 2.
With votes on the ground?
Votes. Really votes. Really human beings voting for Raila.
What would you do for him?
I will handle some of these small things that are causing the mess.
Oh.
Yeah. I will put the house in order in a way I'm not seeing them doing. And therefore, instead of beating Ruto by, say, 700, 800, just below 1 million, I will do 2.5. I will do 2.5 for Raila.
Some would say that Kalonzo is the person who's holding Raila's votes right now.
It may be true.
If Kalonzo leaves, as Mutua has, because of these minor issues, because even Mutua was saying that Wiper hasn't even seen the documentation too. If Kalonzo leaves, what will this mean for Raila?
I've been on TV, and I've been to some times back, and I was saying this. You see, the arithmetic is not as simple as some people want to put it. At 1 + 1 is equals to 2. That's not politics. That if Kalonzo leaves, then he leaves with the numbers. First of all, that in itself is not true. Because even when Kalonzo was deep in Azimio, and it was NASA, Uhuru managed 20-something% of the votes from Ukambani.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's not like Kalonzo, if he were to leave, he will leave with 100%. Unless he stood. And even if he stood, Raila will still get 20-something% of the votes. Now, the point I'm trying to make is this. Do these people know what this exodus, if you can, they want to call it exodus, people are living as me. Do they know how 1 + 1 may become 4 and instead of 3, instead of 2?
How? 1 + 1?
It's the subject of my video.
Mutua has
It's
left.
going to be a subject of my video on Saturday.
Give us a hint first.
A hint is this. Why do you think Mount Kenya was firmly with Ruto? They know the Kalenjin don't have 2 million votes. And therefore, this was their government.
Yeah.
This was their
government.
And there's no way Ruto will do anything to them. He will do nothing without them. They are the owners of UDA. They are the owners of the Ruto government. Now, when the people begin going there, what signal is that sending? Mount Kenya, wait a moment.
It's not.
Are we as important as we were?
It's not really ours.
It's no longer ours. People are coming in mtu anatoka na ka agreement. Umeona ka agreement yake?
Yeah.
Amepromisiwa.
Ambassadors.
Now the people who are saying they are not campaigning on the platform of sharing positions, now somebody is coming with they were in my village promising Mudavadi to be 30 or 40% of government ambassador. This they said they were not going to do that.
Yeah.
That was for Raila and Uhuru. Sisi ni wananchi. Sasa wanaanza kugawana. But you see now, you saw Mutua with this agreement.
Yes.
He's talking about ambassadors inside and what have you.
Yes, Kawan Katu.
What do you think the Gikuyus are now? They are now leaving the region wide open for
Raila.
And the message I'll be sending in my video is they are falling into a trap set by genius Uhuru Kenyatta, genius Raila Odinga. What is the trap? The trap is to put the Luo and the Gikuyu together. Ruto is succeeding in doing exactly that. Now they are putting the Luos and the Gikuyu unbeatable for a little while into the future.
So you think this is why Mutua would come and say, tumefukuzwa? He wants, Raila wants them to go?
Let them go, then the Gikuyu, and then let Raila name a running mate from Mount Kenya. Then you see, for every vote, 1 vote Ruto gets, Raila gets 3.
1 + 1 = 4.
And then this is their government. And going into the future. And you don't know what a Luo will be. If the Gikuyus support Raila to be president, they will support the Gikuyus for another 30 years.
Let's finish up
another question.
Let's finish. I have just one.
Yes.
That is a good
See how politics works?
1 + 1 = 4.
People don't know. They think it's so simple. They think it's so simple that if Mudavadi leaves Kenya Kwanza today and joins Raila, automatically he ups Raila's votes in Western. No, it doesn't work like that.
I would want
there are other challenges, there are dynamics. In the mix. Hii si kama hesabu ya primary school 2 + 2 = 4. Ati Kalonzo akitoka, kura za Wakamba zote zinaenda na Ruto. No, it's not that simple.
Sometimes 2 + minus.
You could go with all those 2 million votes, but the Kikuyus give Raila 4 million or 3 million.
When you look at now Mutua's move, Kingi's move, they know the ideologies of these two coalitions, Kenya Kwanza and Azimio la Umoja. Does this mean that there are no real ideologies within these parties? Because you can one day say Raila is best suited and tomorrow say it is Ruto who is changing this country.
You see, that is why somebody like Raila stands head and shoulder above these people. He's in a different class. You look at the consistency. Even at the most challenging times when he should say something on a jump, he's there. So these are boys in politics.
And that's why they are moving.
They are just boys in politics. Because if you look at the excuses they are giving, we are not receiving money, funding. Kumbe ulikuwa unaenda kutafuta pesa kwa Azimio?
Yeah.
Wewe unafikiri pesa za kina Uhuru ni rahisi? Pesa ya Uhuru unafikiri ni rahisi?
Haitoki.
Ya Uhuru na Raila.
Hey,
my friend, wewe na unga Raila mkono na Uhuru. Don't go for money. These guys will not give you money. If you want money, perhaps that's where they have gone. Not these guys. These guys won't give you money. I know these politics of this country. I know how these people campaign. And I know Raila does not use money.
So which side would you say has an ideology that can stick? Because if you can stay in one side and move towards the other side.
Most of these parties are not founded on ideology. None. The closest we came to an ideology was the original KANU.
Okay.
Of 1963. Before it was polluted and bastardized. And then the ODM movement, the Orange Democratic Movement, was the closest you can come to forces that wanted to change, to break away from the past and usher Kenya into a new arena. That is the closest. But with the time, even ODM himself has received punches and is suffering.
Oh.
Even Raila himself, he's not the revolutionary he was.
When he started?
Yeah. But fortunately, there's nobody you can compare with Raila in terms of whether somebody really means something. Somebody has a vision for the country. Somebody's ready to put down his life for the country. Somebody can see a better Kenya. You can't compare Raila. There's nobody to match him. But he's not the Raila that used to be there.
So that's why
the ODM party is not the ODM party of 2007.
It's now a question of our leaders. Have the leaders now become more interested with themselves than the people? Is that what we're saying?
It happens like that. You look at the second liberation heroes. They all live in Karen and such places. They all, after pushing along, they said, okay, hii nchi kwani ni yangu. Kajwang, they let alikuwa anaitwa Tieno Kajwang.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Badoma Pambana.
He
got somewhere, he was so annoyed and he said, Luos have been fighting for this country. Kwani ni yetu, wacha iharibike. People also get annoyed when they get to a point. You see, people have been telling me, Raila is going to lose and what? I tell them, let's assume for a moment he loses. What does Raila as a person lose?
Still has his money.
He's lost 4 times. He can lose another time and go home.
Yeah.
But it is us who must ask, what is it that Raila was fighting for? Not for himself. What was he looking for? Are we near getting that for which Raila has stood for over 40 or so years? If we have gotten it, if there are shortcuts to it through Ruto, let's go for the shortcuts.
Okay.
Because it is always a matter of time.
If these leaders now continue to go to Kenya Kwanza, we're going to see the perception on the ground showing that Kenya Kwanza is what is best suited to change this country?
It is possible, but I'm telling you, it is something that is must be on the radar of Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta. They must know. They must know one thing, that there's no way Ruto has the numbers to beat Raila.
Okay.
But number 2, and I've said it repeatedly, the perception is different from the reality.
Oh.
So they must deal with the perception. And that's why Raila's campaign must be about communication strategy, about fixing that perception.
Okay.
When Ruto comes up with bottom up and it is selling and you try your other thing and it's not reasoning,
Social
you must ask
welfare.
yourself why. Those are the things I was saying I can handle. I'm not going to receive dry statistics from economists. No, I will oil them with the politics. You know, so if Raila is receiving from my colleagues I know about 6 million and then you throw it to the people, it's not selling the way bottom up is selling. If I was head of campaign, the things Raila can do for this country, I'll put them in a language that will change the political scene. You get what I'm saying?
And that's what he needs right now.
That's what he needs. He doesn't need the votes.
Yeah.
He has the votes. Raila has all the votes. Oh man, he has the votes.
Oh man.
The only thing he needs is to convince Kenyans, yes, we are only headed for crowning. but the votes we have. Because he has the votes.
Yeah.
I have cracked the figures. There is no pathway for Ruto to power.
And there's actually that video. There's no pathway for Ruto to power.
Never,
Go watch
none.
it.
No true votes.
If you don't believe in it, send a comment down below. And we'll do have these conversations again. Thank you so much for tuning in. Prof is saying it's all about Raila oiling the statistics within Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Alliance,
Yes.
coalition party. We'll do have these conversations again. Thank you so much. Goodbye for now. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.